Hello, this is Alekius, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, where last time German wrath at North Sea was less than wrathful. I did take a look off camera, and I basically built the same ship as close as I could get, with firepower and speed and bounced techs, and the gun techs and bounce techs dropped significantly. It's not so good. However, firepower and speed gives us access to better fuel, all the engine options, and that saves a ton of weight. It's really expensive though. So, I've decided to go, Deutschland, okay. I've decided to go with speed as our thing, specifically so I can design more for taking advantage of those benefits. And I'm going to see about using a less advanced tower. Hurts our base accuracy, I know. And it sounds counterintuitive, but I want to save weight. And do we need 31.5 base accuracy when we can save 800 tons just by dropping 2? 400 more tons for another 1. 300 more tons for the same but better? Why would you ever use Advanced Tower 3 as +1 torpedo spotting? But other than that, the tall Advanced Tower 2 is much better. And it has... oh, those have spotlights on them. Oh, so do those. But they have the wing turret slots. 300 more tons if we drop another one, and then I think we drop too much. So the tall Advanced Tower 1 or 2 seem to be the optimal. I'll go for the one doesn't have the wing turrets, does it? It has that forward slot that we might be able to stick something on. Oh no, that's aft. So yeah, we'll use the tall Advanced Tower 2. Secondary tower, rather than the rear tower 9. We can slim it down a little bit. We lose 3 base accuracy though. I like that tower. This one has very good spotting, which I should be paying attention to that. Yeah, we don't lose much. We lost 350 spotting by going down towers. We can make up for that by going to this. More than make up for it. But we lose 5 more accuracy. And it is heavy for its tier. Alternatively, we could grab the 7 instead. We'll try it. We'll try to maximize. Ooh, man, that's big. How big is this one? That one's tiny. Alright, we're gonna go with the tiny one. What can I do with that? I mean, it has such good sighting though. I think we can afford the room. So, let's get our guns. We still have Mark 1s up forward, which the balanced tech has Mark 1 14s and then Mark 3 13s, which hurts. Put these all the way back aft in a more Congo look, specifically for the balancing factor. That I don't think can fire over. Actually, it can. Nice. Very small too. We don't lose that. 3 clicks more. 1 click back. 1 click back. There we go. That's about as close as we can get. That'll hurt that one. So let's see about forward 1. And that improves the arc significantly. We'll just keep just a little bit of separation there. Meanwhile, we can save on stowage, even more on stowage. Reduces the boiler weight. Engine costs go up for each one. Let's go with oil 1. Induce. 24 knots, still our goal. We don't need we lose the boilers. We don't need that boiler weight reduction if we go with diesels. And we lose a lot of fuel stowage, which is why diesels end up saving so much weight. But I think I'm going to go with the geared turbines, which also has an acceleration bonus. Leaves the engines a little bit more vulnerable though. Let's grab a funnel. Small funnel says we need almost 3 times as much. That'll be just a hair too little. So we go with advanced funnel large. And that should be enough. Yes. Squeeze in the forward tower. I don't like that actually. We're gonna run out of space. We'll try to slide that forward a little bit more. Then we'll grab 14. That's too close. Too close. Oh, not the side guns. There we go. Ah, that's too low. We need medium 2. Right there. That one is good. Does not block too much. Forward 1 more tick. That is good. That is acceptable. Really cramping up the foredeck. Let's grab our auxiliaries. We don't get as good armor, which hurts us. Just trying to get as close to identical as we can real quick so you can see the comparison I did. We don't get electrohydro, do we? We do. The mixed one, we lose that. We'll keep the maximum coincidence rangefinder. We'll throw on the armor, which this is actually slightly thinner because of the armor quality. But again, just so you can see the comparison. We'll throw on the torpedoes. The mixed actually gets deck torpedoes that you can place. Not that I'm expecting those to be all that useful. Then we can put in our 8-inch secondaries, which we lose 2 sets up there. We can replace that with secondaries if we want, or we can continue on with the 6-inch secondaries to the sides. There and there. Still place that one right there. Something like maybe that. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. 12. So we don't need both of those. Still, we have a better arc with it offset here. Let's see if we put it. Oh, need to delete it, otherwise it leaves the other one. I think that does improve the arc back here a little bit. We'll slide that out just a little bit. We'll see if we can't put its complement up here. Something like that. Alright, that's minimal blocking. Aesthetically, I may want to change this. I know, it's such a small thing. It pleases me though. We're very forward heavy, so we may have to do some redesigning. Meanwhile, let's see if we have any slots free for smaller calibers. Which I don't think is the case. We can stick a set of 3s back there. The 2s weigh nothing, so we'll continue to place those where they can be. Two, 4, 6 on a side really isn't all that bad. I don't want to place it here because that'll block that turret. And I don't think single barrel is going to be any better. Place one way out on the fantail. There we go. And place this as far back as we can get it. It's still giving us some trouble. So, let's get a barbette. Oh, we can only use one. Why? That doesn't make any sense. Amount. So we only are allowed. I'd have to go back to see the restrictions. Well, Can I stick a small barbette without blocking that? Not really. Could block it back aft. Just so we can have a set of 8s on a turret. And a set of 6. That blocks it very minorly in the direct aft position. Helps with the aft offset slightly from the looks of it. And looks really silly. I think I'm going to have to make some sacrifices here. Actually, that makes it way too aft. An aft offset. What am I smoking? We can balance this. There we go. That works. That works. Although with the strange setup with that, we can still set something up. Add a couple more guns with the 8-inch and the 6-inch. And we move you forward. Or aft, I should say. That does hurt the aft offset. That's not bad. Those arcs are not terrible. It does look weird. I will grant anybody who wants to argue that one. I will agree with you. Can we squeeze another one in here? We sure can. I guess that's like 14 6-inch guns to a side. This is a very heavy secondary battery. And that actually allows us to either stick more 3-inch or grab some 2-inch, stick them out on the deck. That's going to block the X turret, so I don't want to do that. I don't want to block any of these turrets. Although that doesn't really block them. That blocks them just a little. Those 2-inch aren't very useful, so shouldn't be blocking anything if we can avoid it. We'll stick that ridiculous one there. Alright, I'm okay with this. Now, we have a couple problems. It's expensive. That doesn't help. Neither does that. Well, that does help some. Hurts us on the weight, which I was hoping to put towards either bulkheads or more armor. Or torpedo protection, for that matter. Forced. Costs just 20,000 more. So we are looking at 42,800. How much of a difference is this? Almost doubles it. So let's go down a funnel. Do we still have full? No, we lost some efficiency. We're better off with induced. We could lose the auxiliaries, but that turning rate's going to be important. But it saves on engine weight as well. What other extremely expensive things can we save on? Lose the geared turbines. really not saving us that much. I mean, it is. There, that's better. Could lose the barbettes, which I really don't like that, especially with the weakened armor. We're already saving weight. There are a lot of targets. Save on the autoloaders. That saves a lot on hull weight. Really doesn't give us that much extra traverse. I mean, 35% matters. Don't get me wrong. But we could save there, keep the autoloaders. Bump that up, go to electrics. We could spend that money and wait on an extra. Well, let's keep these at 15. So we're looking at almost, we'll call that 30 inches belt protection. More or less. We have almost 200k we can spend. Want to keep with white powder because that's cheaper. That Lidite 2 does cost significantly less, but we'll have less flatter trajectory. More damage, bumps up to 350 from 259, wow. Increases our flash fire, of course. I'm going to keep the white powder for now. Could drop the geared turbines. Saves us about 1 million. Go up to 18. 2020. Up to 20. Yes. 20-inch belt. We'll leave it like that. Love to have a thicker deck because we're going to face plunging fire from supporting fleets. But I actually don't care if these ones sink, as long as we can get in there and do what we need to. If we go down to turbines, we lose too much. We need the geared turbines. We need the auxiliaries. I want the autoloaders. Although I can save a little bit. We'll stick with semi-auto. Does save quite significantly. Gun aiming speed minus 10%. Oh yeah, that's right. It hurts the turret traverse too. Do I go down to fully standard? Can we get a 3-inch deck with that? We can. All the way across? It's actually not too bad. I'll keep it with 2. That's too much, but we can get a little bit more protection. Or we can get 2 more knots of speed. Or we can get the torpedo protection. Can we double hull? No. Not unless we save a little bit of weight, which we can do. Wow, that is right there at the limit. Have a little bit of spare cash. That's about it. This is decent. Drop a little bit of the torpedo protection. We can get the barbette as well. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I would love to have the barbette 3. But I just don't think we can get that. We're still at 2 battleships. That's the best offset we're going to get. Ridiculously armed and armored battleship. Let's see what she can do. Doing some radically different things after a lot of thinking. I did not get a chance to look at the comments. I was looking at stuff between recordings. Saw the differences between the 4 options, and you saw the way I renamed them. And I just really wanted to try this while it was still fresh in my mind. So I'm recording this just an hour after the last episode. So I apologize, I won't get to see the comments of what people thought about the last one, which I'm really curious to see what people think about that one. What are the comments? What are the reactions? What is the best way forward that others see? Which, like I said at the end of the episode, I think a lot of that came down to management, which is my weakness. I hate managing big fleets. I'd rather micro one ship, and microing multiple I absolutely despise. And I suffer in my ability to play the game because of that. That's okay though. It's something I'm willing to do. I'm willing to design around it and keep it in mind and do what I need to. Like some of those destroyer missions were incredibly hard because you had to manage a bunch of destroyers. Like the Destroyers versus Dreadnought mission. You take a bunch of torpedo boats to take down a Dreadnought. I think. Might have been pre-Dreadnought. But that's almost microing 4 or more destroyers. And you have to, otherwise you'll lose. Koenig Wilhelm battlecruisers. Loading the level, mounts forming the divisions, and we are almost in. I imagine it'll mix our battleships together again. Looks like. So let's grab the Gneiss now. Attach her to our own division. Grab the Rhineland. Attach her to the Gneiss now. They have 11 inches. They have 8.6. Man, they're so weak. We did not have a heavy cruiser. I was wrong about that. We had 17, not 18 ships in the last time. They are following. They're tight. Ooh, battlecruisers are very fast. We'll keep them normal. These ones are also very fast. Keep them tight. Follow the battle line. You guys will do your own thing. I'm actually going to pull you out. not that. I want you to go this way. Then we have all of our light cruisers together. Our destroyers in two groups, two different models. Very similar as silhouettes. And we will tighten those up. We'll try to save the ammunition as well. Torpedoes not so much. Well, maybe we will. You have torpedoes on the battle cruiser. And those are fore and aft, it looks like. Alright, light cruisers. Follow our older ones. The destroyers. I want to follow the light cruisers. In the larger group, I want to follow the battle cruisers. No. I want you guys to follow these guys. Okay. Maybe it just forwards it. You know what? That works. Alright. Try to go as fast as we can. They are to the northeast as the nearest group. Accelerate speed, and we'll see how everything works out. Yes, bonk bonk. That's more classic Dreadnought, pre-Dreadnought actually. These ones look like a Dreadnought era battlecruiser. And then these ones look crazy. Like a souped up Congo with different non-pagoda towers. Environmentals are similar. I think those are a little bit different. Oh, there's our first sign of trouble. 22 knots. Okay. The battle cruisers, we want broadside, so southeast. Actually, should we break off these ones and have them follow the battle cruisers instead? Won't be able to keep up. That's okay. They're following them. They're following them. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Alright. Turn away. We'll go in the other direction. Catch them in a crossfire. And that'll keep us maneuvering against torpedoes. We'll get within 5 kilometers for sure, probably within 4 as well, once we take them out quickly. Look like those might be light cruisers. Now we have this one to take out. Yeah, I'm pretty sure those are light cruisers of some kind. Those guns don't sound like a light cruiser. Bring it down to 2. This one is probably a destroyer. Yeah, that is definitely a destroyer. Are those the same class? I hope so. Probably a heavy cruiser of some kind. Battle cruisers are pacing them rather well at 5 kilometers. Which is excellent, that's what I like to see. Meanwhile, these ones have faded away. And sure enough, see a little bit of that. Let's get all guns on the same target. I want to focus down these destroyers. Which 4.4 kilometers. Let's keep coming around to the left. That'll open up a little bit of distance. Maneuvering will hurt our accuracy, but we're pouring in fire. Just wrap them around. These guys are going to follow them. Perfect. Main guns, we're not going to worry about targeting heavies yet. I want to take out all those little guys first. There is a little destroyer out here somewhere. Six-inch, 4-inch are the hits we've taken. Battle cruisers are still doing great. Let's keep targeting the enemy battle cruiser. 7 kilometers, yeah, they're fading back, so we'll go after the Malaya. Is a proper battleship, but lightly armored. And hey, we're avoiding torpedoes, excellent. This destroyer, 5.6 kilometers. This one, 4.6. Want to shift targets, but not yet. Stay on the errand. And we're letting the older Gneisenau and Rhineland, we're letting them target what they will. Looks like those are 2 different classes, actually. They are. That's fine. Yeah, let's focus on this one, guys. Save torpedoes. We'll just ask everyone to save torpedoes, because those will be useful later on. Torpedoes. Let's detach the Deutschland. Hard over, flank speed. Let's check on the Nassau as well. Their path will not take them into it. I think it's a little bit too late. Probably going to take 2. And then if the Deutschland is in decent shape, we'll reattach her to the Nassau. If not, they'll maneuver independently. 2 torpedoes, it's going to be rough. It does mean I can bring the Nassau up to 20 knots. 19.5, come on, 20. There we go. Maybe 21? Yeah, 21 is fine. Let's check on the battle cruisers. Firing at the Malaya at 9 kilometers. Angle in just a little bit. Nassau is fine. Let's angle back this way and give chase to the rest of our fleet. We're getting separated. Same with the Deutschland, just not as harsh an angle. And the Lochinvar should finish her off at some point. It has the capability of escaping. Don't want that to happen, but it is possible. The cruisers, what are you doing? Oh, okay. How about the... What are you doing all the way over here? See, the battle cruiser's getting all... Oh, is that torpedoes? Saw the flashing yellow. That is torpedoes. Yeah, we'll keep the rudder centered. I don't think we're going to be able to avoid this. Yeah, there it is. Nothing we could do about that. Unless I caught it sooner. Back to the battle line with the more traditional duking out. Uh-oh. Okay, we have destroyers back here. We'll come 135 degrees to starboard. Torpedoes over here. Nope, just spotting a target. Okay. Let's get the cruiser to pop smoke. Oh wow. Okay, torpedoes. Let's maneuver these guys independently. They're kind of doing their own thing anyways. Cruisers are fine. These destroyers are fine. Deutschland. Battle cruiser. Oh, okay. We'll shift main guns too. Torpedoes and main guns on. Oh dear, more torpedoes. Ooh, that's a bad spread. The Deutschland will not survive. Even if I were to crash back. I'm going to take it back aft again. Yeah, we'll crash back. We want to avoid that one. We don't mind this one. We want to avoid that one. Too little too late though. I'm going to take 2 torpedoes. One will be up forward. That should finish off the Deutschland. Alright, can go forward again. Take a little bit for the engines to shift. Let's maneuver closely with the Enterprise. Excellent. And good hits on the Enterprise. 14-inch shells. Yep, there goes the Deutschland. The light cruisers, let's have you chase them down. Oh, even in the 8-inch are getting penetrations. We did launch torpedoes. Did we get any hits? Light cruiser torpedo hit. Oh, another hit up forward, which won't help us too much. Wow, I'm not used to this super short range anymore. Oh, that is beautiful. Nassau doing their work. He's done. Focus on the destroyers. So we're capital for a capital. We cannot afford that though. Let's go check on our battle cruisers. Sure enough, there they are. The secondaries on the destroyer. Also, where is our short group? Actually, we'll get you to follow Nassau. Follow Nassau. There we go. The destroyers are following the two groups. Light cruisers are hunting down destroyers. As it should be. Let's get everything on the Nassau pointed that way. Still trying to take out the Malaya. Doing so from long range, and they're having to maneuver around destroyers that are out here. What range are we at? 6.6 kilometers. We'll keep coming right to angle back in. Check on the light cruisers. We'll try to take out the lock-in bar, finish her off. Vivian does have torpedoes and launched them a while ago. Should not be a threat to our cruisers. The lock-in bar. Is not much of a threat. Guns only. You have torpedoes over there. Checking on the Nassau. Let's save those torpedoes, please. Let's come hard to starboard. We want secondaries. We want primaries. Yep, there it is. We'll take the engine damage. Oh, it's bad. Lock in bar down. Secondaries, primaries. Torpedoes I don't care about. Two torpedoes, three torpedoes. We'll go forward now. Let's see about coming to starboard further. Light cruisers. Back to taking out the Vivian. Battle cruisers. Took out the Scimitar. And focus more fully on the Malaya. Light cruisers. Nassau's going down. A shame, broke through one of the bulkheads. Ships we designed are now down, and it's down to management. get a little bit more flooding, I think we'll be good on taking out the Vivian. We have destroyers that are now lost. We'll get them in to go help the light cruisers. Come on, you guys have almost got the Vivian. Do a pretty steep angle in. Malaya is facing away. Opposite direction, dead in the water. What are you guys up to? Go back to the light cruisers. Alright, we've almost got the Vivian down. There she goes. That way we can turn around, chase whatever this one is. Just like these destroyers. Vivian down. Excellent. I have not been counting, but we've taken out a lot of destroyers. The Brits do have a lot of destroyers, though. Malaya looks like she's on her last legs, especially since he is still almost DIW. Dead in the water, not moving. Destroyers are going much faster. There's the Royal Sovereign. Actually, you guys take on the Vivian, or not the Vivian, the New Zealand. Normal torpedoes. Oh, there we go. Nice. Good salvo. Let's pop smoke. Line up for one of the extras to hit them. Meanwhile, the light cruisers will continue on. Malaya is down. There is a destroyer. See if we can take her out. Keep these ones coming in. Maneuver, maneuver. No torpedoes on the New Zealand. Excellent. We will turn away with the battle cruisers then. A little too close. What are you doing? The main gun should be on the battle cruiser. In fact, so should the secondaries. Because that battle cruiser is going to hurt our... Oh, there's the launch. V1's down. We're going to lose the V3 as well. Leaves us with the V2. Good grief. We got the New Zealand. She's a goner. And so is the Laird. Alright, if that's the case, let's go link you up to your fellow destroyers. Light cruisers will continue to look for... Looks like we've got large ships off east. So let's head west. focus on Royal Sovereign. With torpedoes and mains, secondaries can do what they want. Light cruisers, what's your range? 9 kilometers. Bit far. But let's put things down. We want torpedoes. Meanwhile, we can look for more destroyers. Destroyers. Ooh, really? Where did those come from? Tell me those were friendly fire. Oh, man. Guys get too overzealous with torpedoes. Destroyers are closing in rapidly. 4-kilometer torpedoes. Torpedoes. Light cruisers. Everything on them. Save the torpedoes. In fact, turn them off. Torpedoes. There. Hard to port. Normal torpedoes. Hit the smoke. Gonna lose a light cruiser. Gotta start counting ships. Torpedoed each other. Lost the Bremen. We can turn back around. Destroyers are now getting really close. Why have you not launched your smoke? Get your torpedoes off. Go back to save. Let's see if we can get the next one on the Montague. Yeah, I think the Royal Sovereign's done. Three torpedoes. Not a guarantee they're done. Let's keep angled. We have weak armor. Light cruisers coming around. We want to keep you focused. Turn off the torpedoes. How far away is second in line? You know what? Oh wow. You launched 2 extra torpedoes. I see that torpedo. We get hit with both? Just one. Just one. Royal Sovereign's crippled though, and that's the one we're going to focus on. Is that a wave I was thinking was a torpedo? Oh, that looks like an actual torpedo. E5. Try to drag you across the Montagues. Field of fire. How are the light cruisers? You see the destroyer. Destroyer is headed directly away. We want to intercept. Ooh, battle cruisers are getting too close. Let's get the secondaries on the Somme then. Get the primaries on the Penelope, as well as the torpedoes. Oh dear. Well, they're all out of torpedoes, so this might work out. Light cruisers, don't care. Destroyers. Got more torpedoes into the Montague. B6, you launching? B6 has no torpedoes left. That's alright, we'll keep circling. Let's try to hit the Redoubtable with any additional torpedoes. I see hits, the SOM is down. Everything on the Aaron except for torpedoes. There we go. Everything on the Penelope. Light cruisers. Destroyers. Penelope is certainly getting diced up. Should have her down shortly. Something small over here. Come in and angle towards the rest of the fleet you see over there. Meanwhile, the cruisers will head in for whatever was over there. Destroyers. Alright, got more torpedoes in. Do we have any torpedoes left? We do have a few. V7 only, so detach the V7. I want you to turn your torpedoes off. Penelope's already going down. The rest of you all are only really good for taking out destroyers, so we'll head this direction. Almost have your smoke ready. That better not hit the V5. Good. These are also good for scouting. Penelope is down. Light cruisers are keeping to the side of our battle cruisers. V7 with the only remaining torpedoes. Go after the Redoubtable. These destroyers continue to prosecute. Cruisers going after. They're trailing. So focus on Redoubtable. Looks like long range fire somewhere to the east. Lo and behold, there it is. And it is Dreadnought fire. I know I'm really zoomed out, but I'm trying to keep track of everything. V7 closing with the Redoubtable. Angle, we want to close kind of like that. Though it looks like the formation will get what they need to. Turn the V4 around. We want to head west. Southwest? Southwest is probably safest. Meanwhile, we have the V7. Meanwhile, we have the light cruisers. You know there's something out there. We'll angle in so we don't cut each other off. V4. Other destroyers. V7. How fast is V7? 21 knots. Light cruisers. Alright, we found a target. Who are you? cruiser of some kind. Torpedoes free. There we go. Save them now. Now turn them off. Assume they're launching torpedo. Are our torpedoes submerged? They are. We can keep them on save then. We're not going to use that many. These guys... What do you have? Firing the main guns at the Redoubtable. Let's get the secondaries after whatever this is. We'll angle away, which will make us a little bit more vulnerable. Hard turn now. That is not a battle cruiser. Heavy cruiser Edgar. We did get him with a torpedo. They have their own torpedoes. Let's slow things down. We'll cross their stern. Now let's work up. B4, retreating. B5. Looking for targets. B7. Looking for a firing solution, but we got small targets over here. Bring the B5 back to the light cruisers. We should tighten up that formation. In fact, I'm surprised I hadn't before. There's a heavy cruiser. And it has some decent armor too. Back to the primary fleet. That's the best we can do. Looks like it. Keep going after the Redoubtable. Secondaries after the Edgar. Not a good hit rate. Might want to reconsider that then. Go after the Redoubtable. These guys, however, go after the Edgar. We'll now pace with them. Let's pop smoke. B7. Launch torpedoes, which is fine. She is now out of torpedoes. You can join the V4 in retreating. Very well. These ones are coming back, but I will set them to follow them. That's fine at this point. Something just got it. We got a couple of good hits into the belt of the Redoubtable. We're at 2.8 kilometers. Should have 27 inches of penetration. Plenty. Torpedo. Oh, excellent. The Redoubtable is done. We know there are small ships over here. See some of their gunfire. So we will stay broadside. Possibly even chase down the Edgar, was it? Yes. Stay focused on them. Possibly meet up with our destroyers. Light cruiser is doing fine. We'll match. Match heading with the Edgar. Prince Idle Frederick sank due to structural damage. Did they... 13-inch penetration. Flash fire. Unfortunate. König Wilhelm being our only heavily armed ship left. We'll turn us around. Light cruiser. Luckily that missed. That was from the heavy cruiser. Cormoran, hopefully launching a torpedo here soon. In fact, I'll make sure she launches. Yeah, she had. I was like, that's gotta be an optimal solution. Bring it up to ×2 speed, so I'm gonna watch that angle in. She is maneuvering, it might pass in front of us, in front of them. Slow it down. Nope, it's gonna hit. Underneath the A turret. Good damage. Looks like they launched as well. No, the third one's way over here. Wiesbaden. Okay, so we have the König Wilhelm. We have our two battleships. First, let's see what is our max speed now. Bring it down to 20 knots. 21 knots? 21. They should be able to keep up with that. Like cruisers. Chasing. Destroyers. Escaping. Although that's not ideal. Destroyers following. Looks like we should probably move them in with the retreating crew. That leaves us with 5, 10, 11 ships left. We need to keep 9. No, 8. No, we need to keep 9, because if we go down to 8, we lose. So we have 17 altogether. Alright, she stopped flooding. Like Wilhelm, around. Can we launch a torpedo at our destroyer? Gonna hit too. We'll take the damage to the engines. I don't think it'll slow us down enough. Oh, just barely. And now we'll head west to escape. Good grief. Did the Wiesbaden launch? They did. Oh, see where her torpedo went? Oh, here it's coming. The Köln launched as well, although the angle is atrocious. We'll accelerate time a little bit. See where it ends up. Yeah, that one's gonna miss entirely. Edgar, flooding back aft some. I'm gonna take another one, torpedo amidships, possibly aft. We'll be back aft, where there was already some damage, but we'll see progressive flooding, that'll hurt the engines. Like cruiser is pretty close. Destroyers are escaping. Destroyers are following. What are you doing? Bong. I think Edgar is done for. But we'll have to see. Kind of hoping that Edgar puts the enemy out of commission. Or oh yeah, she's definitely done now. 2 more hits midships. Should see some progressive flooding from that. Maybe not. Get more parallel. We are at 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 ships still. Ulm is very close. Makes me nervous. We'll peel off, see if we can get an amidships torpedo off in a semi-favorable angle, considering how slow she's going. Unless the 17-inch guns, or sorry, 14-inch guns do the job for us. Oh, they just launched a torpedo at the destroyer. Pause. Do we turn in or away? In. Max speed still. Turn. Oh dear. Detach. In. Oh, the rudder damage. Crash back, see if it'll do it. Nah, we're gonna lose the V7. We'll be down to 10 ships. That's a win! The Edgar was what we needed. Mission complete. Well done. It really did seem to come down more to maneuvering and tactics than anything else. I'm pleased with the results. But I'd be interested to see what you think. What could have been better? What went particularly bad that maybe I didn't mention or didn't notice? And I appreciate you staying to the end. And I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.